You know that? Why'd they do that to us? Isn't that messed up? I had somebody ask me, oh, you see it on TikTok? See? So, what's that?
I wanted to do
What's
stuff
the
on
difference between a child that gets into
the
a
autistic
top tier
group.
school versus a
Shoot.
lower tier school? Trust me, it's not what you think. Hey everyone, I'm
working with groups in autism.
It just looks like there's a bunch of neurotypical kids interacting. It doesn't even look like one of them is autistic. So we've been getting a lot of questions about Simon. He's our 2.5-year-old, and he just barely got diagnosed with autism. And the reason we want to share Simon's experience is because Simon really defies a lot of the stereotypical behaviors of autism.
We totally would have never gotten Simon tested for autism if we didn't already have Ezra, who's our 6-year-old, who he is autistic, and
We wouldn't have noticed any red flags.
red flag, yeah. So in this, we'll talk about some of the red flags that we noticed, probably because we have a child already with autism. And so we're watching more closely for those types of red flags.
We just want this to be a reference and to get people thinking more awareness for parents, because I know it can be such a blessing to find out early as possible that your child is on the spectrum and give them the help they need, and then also yourself, because it's really, really hard to have a child who's autistic and not know they're autistic. It's extremely difficult as a parent, but once you know, then it opens up this world of resources and help and just better understanding. And Ezra, when he was first born, we noticed right away that he might be autistic. He didn't really have eye contact. He had more of the stereotypical things that you think of when you have autism. And so by the time we had Simon, I was definitely watching for those red flags. Just wondering if he would also be on the spectrum. He was hitting all his milestones, he had great eye contact, he had this amazing smile that was definitely a social smile. He would laugh at us when we would play with him, even at 3 months old. Hello, Simon. And by the time he had his first birthday, I just knew that Simon was not autistic because he hit all his milestones up to that point.
How are you?
And just listen to this kid.
Good. You're gonna open that. It is hot. It's always hot. I know, right? That's why. I was just doing something on like if you've ever led groups with autistic kids before, so because I'm on a good tight turnaround anyway too, so this is perfect timing. That you're here right on time. We lead your group, call it a day, and we've already taken this class.
Yeah.
I know. But that's good. You wanted to. Was it just a C you got? You wanted to.
Yeah, I gotta see.
Okay, but you're still graduating too, right? When is graduation?
Next year.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm
next
gonna
year.
do next year.
Next
I wanna
year.
make sure
Okay.
I want advanced standing. You know how many people you usually have in this class?
Oh, you want to leave them some handouts?
Yeah, I brought,
I can give them to them Monday, if you want me. And then we'll lead it on. I could even play back the YouTube on Monday if that works.
okay.
I feel like the closer you get to the end of the year, it's harder to.
Yeah, that's fine.
See if I can get Elijah Mason to come by too. She also is taking this class soon. It is hot in here. Like I had a long sleeve shirt on. It was so hot the other day I took my short sleeve shirt off. So I always have just like a t-shirt on. I feel like the rest of the summer I'm wearing just these t-shirts.
It's not even summer yet, it has.
I
it's
know.
so hot.
They need to turn on the AC. But I do have everything ready for you here if you wanted to either plug your computer in or use this computer. It's totally up
What kind of phone do you have?
to you. It's HDMI. If you have one of those. If not, I can open it on D2L. If that's
Yeah.
better.
I don't have one.
Let's check D2L because that might help. There we go. So we have course activities, assignments, and tools. Okay. You turned yours in, or did you turn it in?
I didn't hear that yet.
Okay.
You'll turn into the link your video of the.
Yeah, that would work. You can always like throw this YouTube live into the comments or something, whatever works. Okay. So many things to do. It's like crazy. Hey, look, there it is. Yay. Cool. This is perfect. This is good though. Didn't you do yours over the summer and it was mostly online? So now you get to do it in person, which is good. Wait, did I pick the right one?
Yep.
Okay. Want me to download it or just enlarge it?
Enlarge it, that's fine.
Okay. Cool. I can move it for you. However it works. So yeah, you would be off of that computer. Right here. Then you can roll the chair or, oh yeah, you could turn it to you also. If that's it.
Okay, this one.
Yep, probably this way. And if you want to be on here, I can put you on here. If you don't want to, that's okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
Or since you're the only person who.
Yes, I'll be the participant.
Okay. So, my support group is about sexual assault and.
There you go.
Hey.
Key's coming in to participate. Because what do I call you instead all the time?
I don't know.
You said I don't
It's
know.
something.
It's not Kimira.
Wait, do you call it
Kiana.
Kiana?
My name is Kimira, but yeah, you can call me Kiana.
Kiana. Okay, sorry. I'm
What's
sorry.
the new YouTube channel? Do you wanna-
It's called Why Another YouTube Channel.
It's called Why Another YouTube Channel.
Yeah,
It's pretty bad.
another Google channel.
Oh, you're right. Why Another Google Channel? Because I got blocked for showing that dumb movie that they said was copyrighted. And the vaccine stuff, right? Because when we were showing the vaccine, it was called Died Suddenly. And they said no misinformation can be put out about coronavirus.
But how was that misinformation if it was?
They say that it's bullshit made up and nobody's dying from the vaccines. And they blocked me. And now that I said that, I'll probably get blocked on this one too.
Yeah, that's.
I know. You know, I guess we're all going to die at some point. So. She was just about to lead her. It is on the last announcement in class. You want me to send it out again as an announcement? Want me to send it as an announcement? Because I can, if that helps. Just because I got blocked. It's supposed to open up again here soon, I'm hoping, because that is a stupid name. I was just pissed off when they made me make another Google channel.
Yeah.
Because it is through Google, so YouTube is owned by Google, and then they block your stuff. And I was
And the
annoyed.
Google account too?
You sign in through gmail.com. So like, I think right now I have, well, it is, let's say, switch account. I feel like I have, well, yeah, I have my actual name. I have my old email from Hotmail. I have Dr. Trouth at Central State, Why Another Google channel, and Miami, but that got cut off over the summer. Because I used to teach for Miami, and that is a Google channel. I blew out 2 tires yesterday.
At the same time?
Concrete, yes. And I drove it 2 miles, like bouncing. And they quoted me $450. We're out of those tires. It's going to be $550 for 2 tires. So then today they said they couldn't have it ready till 3:30. I called across the street, another place said, "Oh yeah, we got some we could do it for like $250 to
Are they
$290."
used tires?
Nope,
Yeah,
All
just
brand
go to
new.
that one. That was $250. That's half the price.
it is half the price. And they're just rated less miles. So then I called back and said, well, they can have it done sooner. He's like, oh yeah, we can get you done sooner. Like, and they're half the price. It's like, oh yeah, we got those same tires. It's like, what? Because last night I was like traumatized in my brain. I just said yes to whatever. And I said, by the way, I don't want to do it here anymore. Because I hadn't started the work yet, thank God. But he's like, oh, we got your tires and we're going to do it now. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
Probably because he wanted to capture the work.
Mhm.
Anyway, so that's what I'm rushing back to get. Is I have our minivan. My wife needs the minivan back for the kids, but we still have 30 minutes and 3 minutes, 33 minutes.
Okay. So this is a sexual assault support group. What we're going to be going over today is what is sexual assault, the goals for the group, as well as the areas of growth and some resources you can find help. So I have like 2 short videos as to what is sexual health.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Barb, what's up? I've never seen you this sad on Nugget Day. I don't care about stupid nuggets or stupid dipping sauces.
But there's 3 flavors. 3 flavors.
It's just Billy Squall asked me to stay after school for the 3rd time this week, and sometimes gets a little too close.
Squirrely Squall? That guy's a total perv.
Wait,
Are you saying that Billy Squall, are you worried he might sexually assault you?
Sarah! Shh!
Can we talk about dipping sauces?
I know it's uncomfortable to talk about this stuff, but it's really important. My sister's a social worker, and she told me all about sexual assault. Basically, sexual assault is when someone does something sexual to another person without getting their permission first. That can include anything from touching someone's genitals, breast, or butt, inserting something into any of their body parts, or showing them something sexual when they haven't given their explicit consent.
Explicit consent?
Explicit consent is a clear, voluntary agreement to do something, in this case, something sexual. A shrug or silence doesn't count, and you can't give consent if you're feeling threatened or if you're drunk or high. If you consent to one thing, it doesn't mean you consent to everything, and you can take it back at any time you change your mind.
Okay, but what do I do about Billy Squall?
If he assaults you in any way, first remember that it's not your fault. No matter who you were with, how you were dressed, or what you were doing, you have nothing to feel guilty about, period. If anyone ever rapes you or hurts you in any way, get to a hospital fast. Tell them what happened, and they can help you take the steps to prevent illness or pregnancy and get you to the additional support you'll need. Most importantly, you should tell someone you trust, like your mom or a school counselor. You can tell them face to face, over text, on the phone, or however you're most comfortable. Talking to us was a good start. Ugh, I'm freaking out.
Me too.
It's normal to feel weird or scared about speaking up, especially if you know the abuser. But it's brave to talk about sexual assault or any unwanted sexual behavior that makes you feel uncomfortable. You'll be protecting yourself and other people too. Thanks, Sarah. I think I better go talk to the counselor.
We're here for you, Barb, no matter what. Here, take one of my dipping sauces. Just not the Szechuan.
She only got one dipping sauce. No, that is a good explanation of it, because you do need consent.
And the other video was similar to that one.
Is it too long?
No, it's only like 3 minutes.
You're welcome to show it.
And I
No
don't
rush
know
on
how-
anything. Have you seen any stuff like this before? With the stuff, because her group.
Oh, sure,
they're
that's a great
connected.
idea.
Yeah, she did like sexual education
Right.
and like STDs
Yes.
and stuff like that.
But I'm not sure if Nicole is into horror films. Let me just ask her. Nicole! Hey, Nicole! You want to watch Werewolf vs. Zombie Vampire 6? Okay. Well, she didn't say no, so count us in.
Oh.
Sexual consent means that both people are actively willing to engage in a particular sexual behavior and express their consent by saying, yes, that's okay with me. But just because someone consents to engage in one kind of behavior does not mean that they have agreed to engage in another. Hello? It's you again. Gosh, this is the third time today. No, I don't care if this is my once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get the Sucker 3000 vacuum cleaner. Please, just stop harassing me. Sexual harassment is a type of bullying intended to hurt or intimidate someone. It can include making sexual jokes, comments, or gestures to or about someone, spreading sexual rumors in person, by text, or online, writing sexual messages about people in bathroom stalls or in other public places, showing someone inappropriate sexual pictures or videos, touching, grabbing, or pinching someone in a deliberately sexual way, asking someone to send you naked pictures of herself or himself, pulling at someone's clothing, and brushing up against someone in a purposefully sexual way. If you're being harassed, don't blame yourself. The idea that someone was asking for it because of something they did, said, or were wearing is false and unacceptable. It often can be helpful to start by telling the person doing the harassing to stop. Let him or her know that this behavior is not okay with you. If that doesn't stop the harassment, don't just ignore the behavior. Usually, ignoring it won't make it stop. Instead, tell a trusted adult about it. Telling someone sooner leads to faster results.
Oh, the same.
Sexual assault is when someone does.
Yeah, this is just the same video.
Okay.
as before.
That's a good explanation because it's sometimes hard to get all those details.
These are the goals for the group, to educate the group on what sexual assault is, check in with everyone, discuss coping skills and boundaries, complete the handouts, and give resources, and then check out. So this is like the open discussion. So how is everyone? Like, are you guys okay? Have you ever experienced any kind of sexual assault or anything?
I'm good. And yeah, I have.
Okay. How did the video make you feel? Was it triggering, or did it bring up any past traumas or anything?
That was kind of triggering, but I mean, it's nothing I can't sit through. I try to use my experience as a way to educate other people, because a lot of people, especially college students, they don't really have. They don't really know what sexual assault is versus rape,
Mhm.
and it's two different things. Like, I wouldn't say that one is more serious than the other, but it's definitely a difference. Like, I know people go to parties and stuff. You know how parties get. People rub up against each other and touch people and stuff. But like, people be like, "Oh, I was raped at this party last night." But it's like, if someone touched you, that's sexual assault, and that's just as serious, but it's not rape. Accusing someone of rape is very serious. So
Assault in. Well, go ahead.
I
Sorry.
was gonna say, rape is a form of sexual assault, but sexual assault is more broad.
yeah,
So,
Because in the legal, what's that?
it's an umbrella term.
So, assault can be fear of being touched. So like, even if, and like when you get beat up, if you flick a lighter, it's easier to charge somebody with assault. Battery is when you're touched, when you're hit. Like, and they said like, if you spit on a burger and sell it to somebody, that's I think assault and battery, because you actually eat the spit, so you're touched. So in legal terms, they would have us do that breakdown, where assault is fear, apprehension of being whatever touched, or the video. Battery, or I guess rape, is a form of battery, but you're battered by something. So it's interesting to break it down that way. So, and battery or assault is easier to charge you with. Battery is hard to prove because you got to have like evidence and maybe spit or blood or something that shows that there was.
So the first paper is a pre-test as to how you're like feeling with things and dealing with stuff right now. You put if you agree, disagree, neutral, or strongly agree, or strongly disagree. Then a second handout is where am I in my healing process? Then third, you identify 3 goals you want to accomplish during this time in group. And the fourth is just some signs of clear boundaries, and then some coping strategies as well. So do you guys use like clear boundaries and stuff?
Clear, I would say like, when you're in that space and you're in that predicament, I feel like it can be hard, especially for women, because like, if someone's constantly saying something to you or constantly doing something to you, like, it's just hard to say like, oh no, stop.
Yeah.
It's like you don't know what to do because you be like, is this going on right now? Is this not going on right now? It's like,
You feel pressure.
yeah,
Like your first dating too, right? So you're
and it's
so
like,
how do you not?
Yeah. And then it's like, sometimes it's like I disassociate from the predicament, but it's also like, even women apologize a lot. Like they think a lot of things are their fault. Like you could bump into somebody, oh, I'm sorry. Somebody could bump into you and you're saying sorry. Like it's hard to just say, it's hard to not be apologetic about it. Like it's just hard to, I would say I know how to set boundaries, but sometimes it's just
It's
like,
hard to
it's
keep
so
them.
much pressure to be for me to be at fault than like the other person, even though they're the one in control of the situation.
Yeah. Definitely agree with that. So I know you said you have experienced a predicament like this. How did you use like coping skills, and what coping skills did you use?
I would say with my recent predicament, like the first incident was I was raped, and like it took me a long time to admit that that's what happened, and that it wasn't. It just took me a long time to realize that that's what happened in that moment. And I didn't really address it or anything. I didn't really tell anybody. But then like other stuff would like trigger me, and I would go to a dark space, and like people around me were worried about me. So I ended up not having to tell somebody, but like I told my friends and stuff. But like in the recent incident, I would say, I talked to my friends about it because I felt like I can't just hold it in, you know, especially when it's somebody I have to see all the time. So I'm sorry, what was the question?
It's fine. It was just how did you cope, and like what coping skills did you use?
Oh yeah, I would say I definitely talked to my friends. I prayed about it.
Yeah, I can say that when I was younger, like I didn't know what happened in my situation, and I waited 7 years because I didn't know about like sex. When I was 7, I didn't know like anything about that. And when I was 14, like I figured out, like I learned about it and stuff. And then that's when I like told my mom. And to cope with it, I didn't really have healthy coping skills. So it was just like I just isolated myself from my family basically. And I was always angry and stuff. So those were my unhealthy coping skills. But I developed better ones by just like going outside and like talking about it and stuff. So you are not a victim for sharing your story. You are a survivor setting the world on fire with your truth. And you never know who needs your light, warmth, and your raging courage. And here are some places to find help, some on-campus places. I'm not really on campus a lot, but I think like the health center would be like a good place. Like if you need like the help after and stuff like that, and to talk to somebody because they have counselors and stuff. Off campus, you can go to the Dayton Hospital. I'm not sure about like in Xenia if they have a hospital or not, but I know it's the urgent care, like going towards Dayton as well. And here's a sexual assault health line. And then here's like a website you can go online to. And then some people you can talk to are like trusted staff, any staff that you feel comfortable with sharing this with, your parents, the police, a close friend, your siblings, and just anybody you feel safe or comfortable with telling. And it's just a checkout slide, and just to see how you guys would implicate what you learned today in like side of real life.
You want to answer that?
I mean, you don't have to. It's just for you to apply it to yourself.
Okay.
And the worksheets are really just for you to like go over and just reflect on and stuff.
It is hard, but I do remember senior year and like setting up, like I did kind of put out what's called in 12-step recovery is a sex ideal. And with the sex ideal, I didn't want to have a partner that didn't want to have kids. I only wanted to have one partner, or, you know, like things like that. And like detail, I didn't want to have premarital sex, although sometimes, you know. So I would just like put that out there and like talk with them about it and try to put something like, I'm, you know, like that sex is a deeper spiritual bond, and you can
Yeah.
co-create with God with it. Certainly, it, you know, there's the unitive and the procreative, but like it brings unity to couples, and you can procreate with it. So you got to use it very cautiously, and then speaking about that any way that I could, and that way it wasn't. before I had done that, it was easier to fall into a situation where you're like drinking at a party and just want to have fun. It's like, yeah, that's great, but it can also have a lot of consequences too.
Yeah,
so.
especially if the other person is drinking as well, and then
Exactly.
you don't really know how much somebody is drinking and stuff, so you don't really know where their mindset is. And that's it. So thank you guys for
you.
coming.
I'm trying to, I feel like you did a different, there's Davion. Last year, you did a little different. In the summer, you did something like on sickle cell, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then,
My final paper is on sickle cell.
that's what I thought. Okay. And you're just making sure to like spruce it up and or like citations, modern citations. Because I feel like you had everything that you needed. You're just excuse me. Leading the behavioral health group. Where was your internship that you want to be next year?
I don't know. I didn't
Sickle
figure
cell?
it.
Domestic violence shelter? Kids helping kids? I'm trying to think of the options.
Where do you live? Dayton?
Well, I live in Fairview.
Lighthouse has something in Dayton.
Dayton Children's has a, I think they're trying to get a placement here, right, Mr. Trout?
They are.
Yeah, they came and spoke to us and, they said, I'm gonna have a picture.
Okay.
Of the different
the lady.
field placements that they had.
I think I know what you're talking about. It was when that lady from Miami came.
Yeah. I think I took a picture of the placement that she
You guys both have your own actual check sheets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then how many do you, who's your advisors? Based off last name?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So what are your alls? What do you start with again?
W.
B. Actually, I think you are. I'm happy to work with you. Yeah, but and then okay, W. Because now it's me, Nikita, and. But you all have your own check sheets. I'm just because I don't want to run into the same stuff in a year. You guys are doing all your stuff. You have your check sheet, and then we'll send it to audit like anytime after August. They'll be like, yes, you will graduate in spring, and then say pay your $50. But the check sheet is what is like so important, apparently. It's crazy how important the check sheet is. I'm looking at one now and like there's no because all the check sheet does is they audit what you've taken to.
Mhm.
So it's just making sure. And then I guess they stamp the check sheet and send it on to you and say, yes, you will graduate. So it's kind of weird that that document that you've had your whole life and you're like, okay, here it is. And it becomes like an official legal document of